What's up, everybody? Cam&Cris back again.
Back again.
This time we got 600 versus 051. Young Money.
Oh, wow.
The Carnage in Chicago. Shout out to the cash apps and PayPals and all the comments for giving us these videos to do.
Yes. Okay, I want to hear this.
It was a Chicago rapper who was gunned down here.
My understanding is that this was an individual who fancies himself as a rapper, but is also a member of a gang. There's been an ongoing conflict between his gang and another.
Chicago faces an epidemic of gun violence. This year alone, more than 2,100 people have been shot, more than 400 killed.
Then this breezy want to be on IG talking about snappers on the way, doing 150 miles per hour. Why you went there yesterday with the steppers? Talk about. Then what Mimo say? I call up 46, they'll wipe your nose. That's what he said, PD.
Hey, it's a 2-51st. Damn, body down. Oh, that's what
What up, gang? Back with the real. You know what's the deal. We covered a lot about the gang war between rappers that's been dividing the streets. History just keep repeating itself as one loses his life, another plots revenge, and the get back gets locked in rotation. One of the most intense street beefs is a perfect example of this cycle of death and revenge. 051 Young Money and 600 of Chiraq have been locked in an ongoing beef that keep going back and forth on the scoreboard. These savages shoot bullets, and the basket is another's life. The streets is the court, and the game just never ends. Let's take a deeper look into the dynamics of the notorious 600 versus 051 Young Money beef. Chicago has a number of different gang sections based on the location of your hood. The crazy thing about all that's happening is that they so close to each other, even most of them growing up friends, going to the same school. But the hood has rules, and sadly, it's passed down from one generation to the next instead of trying to break it and bring unity. 600 and 051 are a product of their environment. 600 gang was founded by now slain members D-Thang and Lil Boo. The clique of savages eventually grew to have dominant members like L.A. Capone, R.I.P., Rondo Number 9, Buka, E-Day, Mimo 600, Just Blow, D-Rose, C-Day, and Lil Steve, R.I.P., and resides on 60th and King Drive. 051 was a faction of the Mickey Cobra set, but was labeled a renegade gang for their independent and reckless movement. They was located more on the north of 600 at 51st Street in Cottage Grove, and is made up of notable members like 051 Melly, R.I.P., Drilla, Rose, Lil Marc, R.I.P., Kiddo, A-Ro, Uchi, Fathead, R.I.P., Montana, and T Streets, R.I.P. What escalated the beef and set off the chain reaction to what took countless lives and to this day still strike fear throughout Chiraq was a hit on 051 member T Streets in 2011. The trigger man who caught Streets lacking was M-Thang of 600. This kick-started the intense get-back between the two camps, of which many more fell after Streets lost his life. The top shooter of 051, the Chiraq gravedigger, Melly, wasn't gonna stand for the loss of his homie. 051 Melly and Kiddo are accredited as the ones that will retaliate on 600 and avenge they bro T Streets. On February 2nd, 2012, 600 Shaq will be murked on the 5900 block of South Calumet Avenue in Washington Park when he got going outside of a party to take a piss. He was pronounced dead on the scene with multiple bullet wounds when officials arrived. Melly would taunt his passing later, talking about the details of the hit to his niece.
I'm one of them type of guys that be in the dark waiting for you when you gotta go pee at night. And I just get you, and you don't never come back to your parents again.
From there, murk on sight was in full effect on both sides. While celebrations was in order for the passing of Shaq, 600 was on the plotting, taking out their next target so that Shaq could rest in peace. They would find their next body, 051 Fathead. An eyewitness that was with Fats detailed the hit to the authorities after escaping with her life. She and Fats was heading to the corner store at 69th Street and Emerald when she saw a newer model light gray van with both driver and passenger staring their direction. The van proceeded northbound on Union toward 69th Street as the witness along with Fats headed westbound on 70th Street. That's when a black male in a hooded sweatshirt, whom she recognized as the passenger of the van, murked Fats from behind. The witness stated that at that point, she ran, and when looking back, she saw Fats on the ground with the shooter standing above him before offloading the clip. Fats lost his life in a gruesome manner, and soon, the eyewitness, who will be rumored as his cousin Erica, will let the cat out the bag about what's what. C-Day was the one wearing the body like a badge of honor, and that was enough for 051 to spring into action. The unlucky victim on the end of their rage will be 600 Trix, and the one to put a plug on his life was the 051 Savage, Kiddo. Trix was murked with the quickness, thinking he could talk greasy to Kiddo and get away with it after they already lost their boy Fats. He was found shot in the car in the Washington Park neighborhood on the south side. The beef was tied in a deadlock. As one up the skull, the other got their get back, and the thirst for revenge just kept increasing the pain, loss, and body count. But that ain't matter when they couldn't see their mans no more. That grief caught up to the identified driver of the van when Fats was murked, LA Capone of 600. Police reports the details that took his life outside a music studio located on the second floor at 7034 South Stony Island in September 2013. Both LA and the witness that was with him exited the studio, where LA walked towards the alley. That's where the shooter shot him twice, one bullet entering at the back of his right thigh and exiting at his right groin, and the other lodging in the lower part of his back. LA would fight for his life while taken by the ambulance to Northwestern Hospital. The attending paramedic detailed LA, explaining that a car drove up in the alley, and the next thing he heard was like 5-6 shots before the shooter hopped back in the whip and dipped. LA would then lose consciousness and also his life. LA would deny knowing the person, keeping the street code till his last breath.
Wow.
Capone was 600 star player on the rap scene as well, so the hit hurt him in the streets, along with their popularity in the industry. 051 was on a roll, with the ones involved for his hit rumored to be Rocco and Lil Mick getting their street cred up. 600 was down bad and had to level the playing field. Being unable to catch 051's top shooters, they hit back with the same energy, taking the life of 051 star rapper Lil Marc by the way of a headshot at the now famous bus stop. Accounts would differ on who was responsible for the hit, but most give credit to it being a collaborative effort between THF Twilla and 600 D Rose. Now superstar rapper and Chiraq Savage Lil Durk made a viral video of him clowning his 051 ops at said bus stop.
Hey, this bus stop right here though, this is a real famous place, you hear me? This is a real famous place, big. Hey, this bus stop.
This will backfire on Durk with the loss of his manager Chino, but I covered that in the 051 Melly video a few weeks back, so you can check it out. I'll link it in the description. By this point, the beef was taking so many lives that each side had to be feeling the weight of the loss and constantly looking over their shoulders while still hunting each other. But like I said, the buzzing never stops, and Lil Boo secured the next body for 600 when he murked 051 Polo. On June 30th, 2014, Polo and another victim was targeted in the 600 block of East 50th Place in the Hyde Park neighborhood. A 40-year-old resident of the area recalled hearing loud cracks, which him and his wife assumed to be the breaking of a tree branch, but upon hearing yelling, he would go outside to see the leaking Polo with bullet wounds to the chest. His wife would call the ambulance while he was holding Polo's hand, trying to keep him in the world of the living. Unfortunately, Polo lost the fight and passed away on the scene. The other victim would survive a shot wound to the arm. Police reports state that there was an exchange of words with persons inside the van before bullets began flying from the van. By this point, I damn near lost track of all the bodies between the two, but we've got one last hit that was carried out by 051 on 600. 051 Uchi would achieve the feat of catching head honcho 600 Lil Boo lacking, securing a huge win in the 051 vs 600 beat. That placed a huge dent in 600's armor, and they haven't been able to recover since. With many of the shooters between the two either being incarcerated or murked, the rate at which bodies was dropping have near come to a halt. Hopefully, it's the sign of an end to their long-standing and bloody beef, but with more ops joining the battlefield, even if they find unity between each other, they'll have other rivals to protect from and retaliate on. RIP to all that were lost, and I hope some sense of peace is found by those who lost them.
That was too crazy. I was lost. I lost track of what was going on. Who was who? Who was killing who?
Who was the first one?
Who was
to start it? But the beef was already going. I know it kick-started when, I don't know, because I doubt if that was the beginning. Maybe that's what kicked it to go into overdrive, but
That's it. Like he said, they were just hunting each other down.
well, a lot of this stuff be happening. It be time in between. Now, of course, it might be something happening right. Oh, we finished. Like they catch them like next day, but
when I say hunting each other, then you may see that person right, then you go ride around the block and you go get out your car.
If they say you
sitting around,
we going to look for them.
Like he said, he catch you in the dark. That means you are sitting there like plotting that I'm gonna catch him when he come out here. Like you.
Yeah, that means somebody that set you up. Somebody said, "What you calling him out there in the alley right now?"
Right now, you gotta get out there and you hide and you sneak. Yeah, that's the same as hunting. Some down. If an animal wanted to prey, that's what they would do. You hunt them down, kill them.
That's what they do.
So, but I lost track of all them names, all these. Who was who? 600. Who was 05? I'm like, oh my, I got a headache. So I don't know how people even. Jeez Louise.
Keep up with it.
Yeah. It's just, to me, it's just like they all killing each other. All.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's just that. Young black man. But okay.
Hey. It's been like that forever.
It has been. I'm not saying it's something new. But it's sad. Still sad. But, okay.
Just now they look to do it. That's what make you cool nowadays. But thank y'all for watching. Y'all like the video, subscribe.
Well, that they brag about it, because I don't know if people bragged about it like that.
No, because you ain't want to go to jail.
Right.
Right. And now you get.
Yeah.
But who knows?
All right.